Hello and welcome to Friday's edition of Yesterday in Baseball. It is Friday, October the 10th. My name is Luke and we've got some big action to cover. We had Phillies at Dodgers. That ended in tragedy for the Phillies. I'm sorry, Phillies fans. And Milwaukee at the Cubs, where we are going to be going to a Game 5. So that's pretty exciting. And then I know we always cover the games today, but we have the one game, and that's that big Game 5 with Tarek Skubal. So we're really going to dive into that, give you guys some in-depth stuff to look for tonight. And then we'll have our usual player of the day and everything. So, yeah, but lots of fun baseball. I know I was kind of heartbroken for Kirkering last night watching that. But without further ado, let's travel out to that game and recap it. The Los Angeles Dodgers clinched their NLCS trip thanks to a 2-1 victory over the Phillies. In the top of the first inning, the Phillies had some traffic, but Tyler Glasnow shut down that chance. From there, it was a true pitcher's duel as both pitchers worked through the 6th inning. The Dodgers threatened the bottom of the 6th, but Sanchez wiggled out of that one. Glasnow closed the book, going 6 scoreless. But the Dodgers bullpen immediately gave up a run on a Nick Castellanos RBI double to put the Phillies up 1-0 in the top of the 7th. The Dodgers answered back though in the bottom of the inning as they loaded the bases, and then the Phillies gave up 1 on a Johan Duran walk as that tied it, making it 1-1. Again, it was a pretty nasty pitcher's duel from there as both teams emptied their bullpens trying to wrap this one up, as Roki Sasaki went 3 perfect innings out of the bullpen, which was massive for LA. The Phillies had a great chance in the top of the 11th as Harper was at second base. Alex Vesia and Harrison Bader had an epic duel, going 10 pitches and resulting in a strikeout ending that chance. The Dodgers bullpen looked lights out. And then they responded again by loading the bases in the bottom of that inning with 2 outs and Andy Pages stepping up to the plate. On an 0-1 pitch, Pages hit a tapper back to Kirkering, where he bobbled it and threw an off-target throw to home, allowing the go-ahead run to score and walking off the Phillies. It really looked like he had time to go to first and get the out. Even if his throw home was on target, he wouldn't have gotten him, but the Dodgers pulled out the walk-off victory, beating the Phillies 2-1 and punching their ticket to the National League Championship Series. The second and final game from Thursday was Milwaukee at the Cubs. The Cubs won Game 4 6-0 over the Brewers, forcing a massive Game 5 in Milwaukee on Saturday. As it's been in every game so far this series, the scoring happened in the first inning as the Cubs put up 3 in the bottom of the first thanks to an Ian Happ 3-run shot out to right field off of Freddie Peralta. Matthew Boyd looked a lot stronger last night, going 4.2 scoreless innings, giving up just 2 hits. The Brewers had a good chance in the top of the 5th as they had 2 on and nobody out, but Boyd and Palencia shut down the Brewers hitters to end that threat. The Cubs added some even more insurance as Matt Shaw poked an RBI single out to center to make it 4-0 in the 6th. They didn't stop there as Kyle Tucker mashed a homer out to left center in the 7th to make it 5-0, and then Michael Busch added his 4th homer of the postseason to make it 6-0. That's where this one landed. Cubs win 6-0, tied the series at 2. We'll travel back to Milwaukee for their game on Saturday, do or die. Now let's get to our preview for tonight's game. At 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 5 o'clock Pacific, we have the Tigers and Mariners facing off on Fox. We have Tarek Skubal on the bump and George Kirby going for Seattle. In Skubal's last outing versus the Mariners, he went 7 innings, giving up 2 earned, both solo shots from Jorge Polanco. In Kirby's last outing, he went 4.2 and gave up 2 earned. I expect this to be a heck of a lot shorter of a leash than Skubal's. Some interesting notes about the game. Seattle's looking to reach the ALCS for the first time since 2001. And since Skubal's debut in 2020, no team has beaten Detroit in 4 consecutive Skubal starts. Currently, Seattle's beaten them in 3 straight. If they do that tonight and get the win, it'll be the only time ever that that's happened where a team has won 4 straight against the Tigers and Skubal. Detroit is projected to be a slight favorite with Skubal on the bump, and I agree, it's always hard to expect to beat Skubal. It'll be interesting. Detroit's offense last time out was the best we've seen from them all postseason. I still think Seattle's the better roster and should be able to move on, but it just comes down to Skubal and how they are going to be against him. That's our summary for Game 5 tonight. Hope everyone gets to tune in because this one's going to be absolute cinema. We're wrapping things up today with our player of the day, and it was a great day for baseball. We had a lot of fun action, and the team that clinched the NLCS, I got to give recognition to them. And who was their biggest player of the day yesterday was Roki Sasaki. You know, he came over expecting to be a big, high-impact guy. He was a little shaky out of the rotation and dealt with some injuries. But so far this year, he's really found his footing in the bullpen. He was brought in, like I said, both teams were emptying their tank, really trying to wrap up this game. He went 3 perfect innings out of the bullpen. So 3 innings, no earned runs, 2 strikeouts, no walks, no hits. He had a plus 37.3% win probability added as a reliever in that game. So he had high impact in this one. He really just helped shut down that lethal Phillies offense and gave the Dodgers a chance to go in and win it. You know, they waited for a Philly mistake, they made one, and they took advantage and won. So it's interesting. He was really good. I expect him to be back in the rotation next year, but I mean, he's been the guy for them at the back of the bullpen. So happy for him. I know he had a rough start to the year, and you know, happy that he's able to contribute to that team. So that's why he's our player of the day for Thursday. That's going to be everything from Friday's show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Keep your eyes out. I might do a mini episode tomorrow talking about Game 5 for tonight's game and a preview of tomorrow's, but we'll see. If so, that might be out in the afternoon. But yeah, lots of fun baseball. I was just shocked at the way that ended yesterday, seeing Real Muto point to first base, and he threw home. It's just a bummer. But yeah, enjoy the baseball this weekend. We got Game 5 tonight, Game 5 tomorrow, and the ALCS starts Sunday. So we'll be your source here for following along with all the recaps and news. Thank you again. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and we hope to see you again in the next one. Take care.